What's up, guys? This is Eric Holmes with the Eric Holmes podcast. Today I'm very excited. I'm meeting up with my good friend Lovoy. We're gonna talk about life, you know how we do our storytelling. I'm gonna interview him and also look at this beautiful view of downtown LA.
Hi guys, this is Lovoy, Prince of Belize, and today we'll talk a little bit about the monarchy in Belize, how we got started, and also a little bit about the elections that's happening in November. Stay tuned, I'm with my guy here, Eric Holmes. Hey, like, subscribe, and also comment. Don't forget to comment, let us know who you are. And also, we'll talk about the big elections that's happening in this November between Trump and Biden.
Lovoy, who are you? Tell
Yes.
us about yourself. Who is Lovoy?
So Lovoy, I'm an artist, I'm a musician. I do a mix between electronic music, a little bit of pop, and also hip hop. But I do it with my own vibe, and you can check out my music right here on YouTube. And also, I'm the Prince of Belize, self-proclaimed Prince of Guava Valley, Belize. Well, that's my parents gave me that title. And the monarchy is a real monarchy that stems back from the 1600s. We were one of the first free blacks in the Americas.
Wow. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about that. So specifically, we're talking about Belize, right? All right. And what was the area of Belize that you were talking about?
So I'm from Guava Valley, Belize. It's a village called Hattieville. A lot of people don't know about Hattieville, but Hattieville is an area that was for refugees from the 1962 Hattie hurricane. And the great thing about it is most of these people were from the best areas in Belize. They were from the coastlines, Manatee and Mullins River, and also Belize City. And they had to move because of the hurricane. So that's where my family lineage is from. If you look in the history of Manatee and Mullins River, you'll see that a lot of the business people and the artists from Belize, the main artists like Lord Rabin, is from that area.
And then if you can tell us currently, I know personally all the great work that you're doing in Belize and your plans. So what is happening in Belize these days? Are the fun projects? Tell people why they should visit. I've seen a lot of great content online about Belize. Key Cockner, I've seen that. So just tell people how is Belize these days and just, you know, why they should come down and visit.
Well, Belize has always been a haven for boomers from all genres and demographics because we have 9 major cultures there. We speak 9 languages, but English is our #1 language that we speak. We were once under the British colonial system, but now we're still under the British monarchy, but we're an independent country. So you could come in and every American there could own land and have all rights like they're here in America.
Wow, really? That's beautiful. And then what? The weather? Is it like tropical all year round or what?
Good question. So the best weather you'll find in Belize is when you have the worst weather here. So when there's winter here, we have dry season over there. When there's summer here, we have the rain season. So we only have 2 seasons, dry season and rain season. And the dry season is when you go for spring break and you could have all the fun you want.
And you guys touched literally the Caribbean Sea, right?
We're on the east coast of Guatemala and south of Mexico, south of Cancun. We're on the Caribbean Sea. We have the 2nd largest barrier reef in the hemisphere. The barrier reef that we have there, you could go and you could snorkel, you could see sharks, nurse sharks, they don't bite, fish, corals, everything you want to see and have a great time. And also we have over 200 islands that you could just go on. And the beaches are free for everyone. It's the Queen's Beach. We're a royal country. It's the Queen's Beach. Anyone can access any beach. There's no private beach that is labeled private, you can't access it. Anyone could access any beach.
Wow. And then one thing that I know, so we both are fellow Trojans, went to USC together. Fight on.
Fight on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, you know, we've been living here in SoCal, Los Angeles. I've noticed living here, you know, the Caribbean community is really heavy back east, you know, and we do have a big Central American community, but I've noticed LA, correct me if I'm wrong, has one of the largest Belizean communities. Is that correct?
Correct.
In the US?
Correct.
Yeah, and you guys are deep out here. You guys party hard. And I used to live by a Belizean family, and they would start at like 10 in the morning on a Saturday. Tell me about these Belizean parties. How y'all party, man? Tell me about it, man.
Well, we're free people, so we love holidays. We probably have the most holidays on this hemisphere.
And we love the biggest. What's the biggest holiday that y'all celebrate? I know Carnival. Y'all do Carnival, right?
That's a hard question to know the biggest holiday because we go hard for every holiday. We even celebrate American holidays like 4th of July. We're gonna celebrate that.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, your birthday, we're gonna celebrate that. Whatever you have going on, we're celebrating. That's what we do. So it's hard for me to say. Well, I'll say my independence. September 21st is the biggest holiday. We celebrate for the entire month because we start off with the 10th of September and then it completes on the 21st. But then there's still a lag over until October, right?
So if I was to show up to a Belizean party, what am I going to encounter? Tell me about the food, the music, the vibes. Like break it down.
Well, we have 9 cultures in Belize.
Can you tell me about these cultures, the 9 cultures?
Yes. So I'll start off with Creole because I'm Creole. There's Spanish culture. There's Garifuna, which is like the ethnic African culture. And also you have Mayas. There's like 3 different types of Mayas. Quechua, Mopan, and Yucatec Mayas.
Wow.
You also have Asian culture, Chinese. You have German. We have German, the Mennonites German.
Yeah.
And how many did I just?
I think I think there's more than 9, bro.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
so we're Indian. We have Indian culture too.
Right.
So
from India, right?
Yeah, from India. Okay. From we call them East India because we call ourselves West Indies.
Yep.
And they came there when they did the cane plantations for sugar. The British, they were part of the
West
British
Indies
monarchy.
slave trade, right? I've been to Trinidad.
Correct. We're the same, I'd say, DNA as Trinidad, Tobago, the whole entire Caribbean. It's a melting pot.
See that?
And Belize is one of them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
See, and this is information. This is the History Channel right here. All right, so with all these cultural ingredients, very vibrant demographics there. It's just a powerful nation. So yeah, so you got all this. So the food must be crazy. Tell me about the food, Belizean food. What we got going?
Yeah, so when there's a party, there's a buffet of food, buffet of drinks.
All these cultures,
from all
man.
different cultures.
Right.
Depending on who's hosting the party, I mean, you're at least gonna find 4 different types of foods at the party. Rice and beans is the country's food. Rice and beans, like across the Caribbean, it's different based on country. It depends who cooks it. Rice and beans, chicken and salad, right? And then if you're a little richer Belizean, you're gonna have some oxtail with it too, because that's a delicacy. Oxtail with it, and black dinner, which is the Spanish side. We mix it up a little bit. It's chimole, but we call it black dinner in Belize. That's the black dinner, corn tortillas, tamales, and ducunu. Ducunos is what we call Mexican tamales. They call it Mexican tamales here. We call it ducuno in our country because there's 2.
Wow.
The wet one is tamales, and the dry one is ducuno.
Man.
Yeah.
And that's with masa still. You guys use masa for tamales, right?
Oh yeah, you have to use masa for tamales. That's what gives it the beautiful sweet taste.
Meats. You mentioned oxtail. What other type of meats are maybe you could say native? Not yet to Belize. Like what type of meats do you guys be doing down there?
Man, that's a great question. The meats, because we're a tropical country, there's all different types of game meats. That's gonna be peccary. Of course, it's a type of wild pig or wild hog. We call it peccary. It's a smaller version. You have deer meat. You have turtles. You have all different sorts of fish, depending what type of fish you like. Those are the main things that you'd find on a Belizean table. Pigtail, oxtail, lobster, crab, any type of seafood, because that's what we're rich with, seafood. Most guys there in Belize, the jobs they have is either working on a farm or being a fisherman. And I'd say if you have a good job, it means you're a fisherman. That's where the money is, right? You got shrimp, you got lobster, you got crab, you got all different types of fish that you could choose from. The beautiful thing about it, though, we also have the jungle, so you have game meat that you could choose from. We even eat iguanas. There's iguana season, iguana eggs. That's a delicacy of Belize also. And we're famous for feeding the Queen of England a rat.
Tell me about this story. Tell me about this.
So back in the 80s, the Queen of England visited Belize, and we fed the Queen of England. It's not a rat that's in your house. It's a wild rodent that we eat as a delicacy there. It's called, I think it's called gibnut, right? We fed that to the Queen, and we didn't know it was a rodent because it's gibnut. Everybody eats that there. And we made the news for feeding the Queen a rodent.
Hey, welcome to Belize. So with this being said, you guys are also a tropical climate. So I couldn't imagine, because people gotta know this about Lovoy, you're a very healthy man. Your diet, you guys will get to know him, like I said, you eat really healthy, which I want to get into next. Your guys' diet, correct me if I'm wrong, you could probably literally drop a seed in the soil and it'll just like sprout up a whole tree. Am I wrong?
Yes, correct. That's how we plant stuff there, literally.
Like rich soil, right?
Yeah, you literally just throw things out, and then you have to sometimes rip it away from close to your house because you see a mango tree just coming up. That's what happens.
Absolutely. So with that being said, in your diet, would you share with people like how you do your diet? I personally love like how you're into your stews and everything, and just, you know, in these days and times, we're working, we're running, we're traveling, and we might find it difficult to prepare ourselves a really healthy, nourishing meal. So Lovoy, you being a artist, you know, and traveling, how do you manage to make a good meal, and what is a good meal that you do make?
Yes. So because we have over 9 cultures in Belize, I'm very cultural diverse when it comes to everything that I do. A lot of my soups are based on either Asian culture, Asian soups, or Indian soups. So that's pretty much the basis of how I make my meals. I use the greens, a little bit of water, and start boiling it up. It's called a boil up. That's also a thing that we got from the Garifuna, who has this famous meal, a famous dish in Belize called a boil up, which is pretty much a bunch of ground, you know, potatoes, sweet potatoes. You're gonna have plantains. You're gonna have everything that you could find, cassava, anything that grows in the yard. You put it in a pot together, you boil it up, and that's a meal. It's called boil up, right? So that's where I based my food from first, and then afterwards I'd add some more greens to it, mainly like Asian greens that I learned here from the Japanese culture and also the Chinese culture, and then a lot of spices that I learned from the Indian culture, because we have all of these cultures in Belize as a melting pot. So I decided to, you know what, why not create my own style that's healthy based on what all of us eat, blend it together and make me.
Man, yeah, and I'm telling you guys, like, you gotta follow him, especially on your stories. I just be getting motivated of how simple your setup is. It's like literally you have your pot, like you say, you start off with water. I think you put some type of stock in there. You got a stock going?
So I use protein because I'm vegan. So the first protein I put in there, I put beans in there, start boiling it up, and then the bottom of each veggie, you know, the stock that you usually throw away, I use that for the flavor, so you could get all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients out of that, the bottom stalk of anything. So it could be beets. I love to use the stalk of beets. You could use celery. You could use anything, pretty much, and put it in there and turn it into a beautiful stock. Flavor it with some Indian flavors: turmeric, garlic, ginger, cumin, curcumin, thyme, and just go crazy with it. You know, literally you could throw in all types of different flavors and see what it tastes like, and form your own taste, how you like your food to taste.
And can you tell us the health benefits of these type of vegetables that you're using, and this type of diet and your type of cooking?
Well, the major health benefits that I look for is something that is cancer-fighting agent, right? So what I look for green, dark leafy greens. That's the first thing you look for, dark leafy greens. And second thing is mixing that with the roots like ginger and turmeric. So dark leafy greens along with the roots, that would give you a good health base that boosts your energy and also fights off any type of sickness. Like if you have a light cold or a sinus issue, that would help you to solve that issue by fighting the antibodies inside of your body, right? So the greens are like soldiers. You know, soldiers wearing the military greens. That's what the greens does when it's in your body. It fights off all the smoke. If you drink a little bit of alcohol, like all of us do, it helps to, you know, boost back your immune system, so you could literally fight off any type of disease, cancer, have better eye health, and also you're going to be able to have beautiful skin.
Man, so that's a really big important part of it. And correct me if I'm wrong, this diet, I know people stress out, we're like, oh, produce is expensive, this and that. Is it expensive or is it pretty economical when you go vegan and you, you know, putting together your recipes?
It's cheaper than a regular carnivore diet, just the fact that you're not buying meat, right? So
Meat's expensive.
yeah, meat's expensive, and you're leaving that off your cart, right? So just go and pick all of the greens that's like $1.99 or less, and you're gonna walk out with less than $50 spending for a whole week worth of food.
And you're filled up, right? You feel
You're gonna be full. Make sure you got your beans and your nuts in there,
okay.
and you're gonna be full.
And what type of beans do you recommend? What's a good bean choice?
Well, it depends on your taste, your palate, right? Because all beans are good. All legumes are protein. For me, I like pinto beans because it's the cheapest.
And are they nutritious too, right?
They're nutritious. And also I like red beans and black beans. But also the peas are also good. Green peas, yellow peas, the lentils, they're all good. You choose which one you like the most and stick with that one. Or just try a variety of them. That's great to do also.
You as a vegan, what do you do for breakfast? Like what type of breakfast menu recipes do you have that you can suggest?
Yeah, so I'm Creole, which is a mix of European and African, right? So for breakfast, I go to my European side, and that's Quaker oatmeal. That's my go-to right there. Every day, a nice bowl of Quaker oatmeal, throw some raisins in there, throw some nice milk in there, almond milk, oat milk, whatever milk you choose. And if you want a little bit of sweetener, your sweetener of choice, honey is not necessarily vegan, but it's healthy. You could use honey, maple syrup. That's what I usually do for breakfast. And if you want to spice it up because you're rich, throw some bananas in there, throw some strawberries in there, throw some blueberries in there, raspberries. Now you have a nice bowl of beautiful oatmeal that tastes delicious, that's going to keep you nice and full and charge you up for the whole day.
Damn, that sounds delicious. I could go for a bowl of oatmeal right now, baby. And hey, let people know, oatmeal, right? It helps with cholesterol, right? It brings your cholesterol down, right?
Yeah, it's good for men and women's health, but the basis behind oatmeal for me, because I'm a vegan and I don't eat, animal meat, is protein. So it's a great source of protein. You're getting 8 grams of protein in that oatmeal. You've put nuts in there, you're getting another 8 grams, so you got 16 grams. It's good fats and amino acids inside of that. If you want to even make it a little bit more healthy, throw some chia seeds in there. And you're gonna feel like $1 million after you eat that bowl of oatmeal. You're gonna be full. You're gonna be able to take on the day like a champion.
And that's what we do. We seize the day.